Good morning. It's a fuck your feeling right. Woo! Let's go. We only got two position groups left to cover in the entire team, and that's quarterback and linebacker. And then it's a ask me whatever you want. If your Steve is real, yeah, I got something for you. It is one of these type of Fridays. Boom. It's an FTP Friday. Fuck your feelings Friday, Packer fan. Oh, yeah. Let's have fun with it. Hoping to see some of y'all jump in the chat and say hello. Von Doom is running late. What else? He had something to do for his work. Dave Eastman in the chat. What's up, brother? Yeah, that's right. It's FYF Fuck your feelings Friday. I'm fairly awake. I feel like crap, but guess what? I'm still here. I do my job. My job is to entertain. Might as well have fun with it. On with the show.
Charles here locally in the community. Make sure y'all go check out Meat Fat Bodies by Jeremy Campbell.
Oh man, Detroit fan man, I appreciate it. I am just running behind today. Minute late starting the show. I need a spanking and no woman to give it to me. It sucks. Oh. Well, we all know who's in the QB room, so let's start with the linebackers. The easy ones, the top four everybody knows. Anzalone, Jack Campbell, Derek Barnes, Malcolm Rodriguez. Then you got JRM. And then Mitchell Agood is actually in both rooms according to Spot Track with their position. It says OLB and Edge, so he actually does both. And at 6'5" and 250, I get it. Throw in Steel Chambers as the UDFA. I think he's going to make it as a linebacker. He'll probably start out on special teams and maybe even do a little running backs as well. But I wouldn't be surprised if he supplants one of the guys in the later rounds that haven't played as good as they used to. Orlando, it was just the opposite. He blossomed early, but Jack Campbell took over his starting spot. He came in as a spot role. He wasn't doing as well the whole back half of the season, and it showed at the Cowboys game when he gets within a fingernail reach of being able to sack Dak Prescott, and he doesn't do it. That cost us a 98-yard touchdown, by the way. You can say it was coverage, but it was Barnes missing the sack. And then we have a couple of UDFA guys that I don't know what they'll do other than be practice squad or depth for injuries. But since we run a 4-2-5 and at the most we use 3 linebackers, we really don't need any more. So I think we're good in both rooms. Oh yeah, I haven't even talked about it. The starter on the quarterback, Goff, then Hendon Hooker, who's been training all off season with Teddy Bridgewater to become a better quarterback in the NFL, which makes him a backup at this point, and I'm totally fine with that. And then you got the guy that is the best surface holder to get the angle right so QBs don't get glare from the sun or the lights in the stadiums, and that is Nate Suckfeld. That's all he's good for. He's a future quarterbacks coach, those who can't play coach. That's a fair take. Well, hello. Somebody new to the chat. I love it. Mountain Dew on one side and a salted caramel frappe on the other. Hey, I can't help what I get brought for breakfast. I love it. But that's the rest of the roster. I mean, I don't really talk about special teams because really, when you covered everything else, you know who the returners are, you know who the special teamers out of each group. So it is what it is. Joshua Dorr in the chat. Mr. Dorr. The kicker is Michael Badgley, the bag lady, because he should be bagging groceries somewhere soon because he's that bad. And then we picked up UDFA James Turner. The new kickoff rules, I think they're to use Jack Fox more. I think they don't want returns. I think they want him booting it out the end of the field. That being said, what do you guys want to talk about today? What is your football topic you want to talk about? Ask away. Fred Peterson in the chat. Fruity Fred. Good morning. It's a great day to be a Lion One Pride. Von Doom is running late because some Karen of a manager for a Walmart called and complained, so him and his boss had to go do a meeting and explain why things are messed up. And that is why I would never want to do Von Doom's job. Setting up displays. If something doesn't get delivered and the display doesn't get done, you get calls like this. In some respects, they're right. We're getting awfully cocky and they can't handle it. People cannot handle the fact that the Lions are decent now and the fans are proud to stick their chest out after winning the NFC North one time. They just don't get it. We've been down so long, and to see something go right so quick, the way it's supposed to be done in the NFL, we're not used to it, and they're not used to us liking it. Happy fuck your feelings Friday. Corporate jobs are rough. I got like 3 bosses that boost and all repeating the same crap. Yes, absolutely. And Nate Everett's, they're more competitive. I think the Packers are the real competition in the division. I'm going to be not a homer right now, but the Bears and Vikings are actually better than they were last season, not because of the quarterback. Oh, so now that we have championship expectations, we are cocky. No, I am not talking about that. And yes, some of them are jealous. It's gonna happen. Opposing fan bases are supposed to trash you, and we're trashing back. And when they bring up the past, they go, "We just won the division. We're kings," and they don't like it. But the fact that the prices are going up across the board for concessions, we're not going to get better grades. Their food is great. I don't care what they say. I've been there many times, even back when it was bad, back in the beginning when we didn't have a lot of the great vendors we have now. The prices were so much better. One Lions, two Packers, one Lions, two Packers, three Bears, four Vikings. I kind of agree. We were like the third highest rated organization, so I don't know where you get that. We were in the top 5, so by the fans. When Vikings, Bears, and Packers start talking about their history, just tell them 4 scores and 7 years ago. Last year, the Packers played easy games without the team starting QBs. It would be a different story. Right, food was our lowest score. I am geeked to see what happens this season. I still, our GM and owner were graded super high. Yes. Hey, Fred, there is no 4 scores and 7 years ago. Long live Sheila. The Bears are going to be good, but it doesn't mean they'll be a playoff team right off the bat. I think the Bears are going to go 9-8. Big improvement from where they were with the Justin Fields area. But eh, I'm going to throw a little monkey wrench in there. When Justin Fields came out, all the draft pundits said he's the next great athletic quarterback coming out of college. He's going to lead this team to the playoffs. He's going to do this. He's going to do that. Now they're talking about making him a kick returner for Pittsburgh. So start right there. Generational athletic talent. What's the first thing you hear about Caleb Williams? Is it that he has great decision making, great arm, great is, great generational athletic talent? Yet they have the same coach. They may have a different offensive coordinator, but they have the same damn coach running the team. If you're going to draft a new quarterback, get a new coach. I'm just saying, if you're going to leave one rookie quarterback contract behind, with good O line, yes, anyone can. Morning, Fred. Almost like Connie's hit to our running back. Yep. And there's the thing. Everybody says, oh, but they improved their O-line. I said, everybody you signed is rated worse than the one you let go, Cody Whitehair. So tell me how you got better. Nope, not on this show. It's fuck the Packers. Say it again. I'll repeat it again for you. Fuck the Packers. Fuck the Packers. The defense is where they hang their hat on, and the defense will win them games. You're absolutely right. Yes, I was great with the draft, John. I was live during the whole thing. We love Steve, but FTP, LOL. So let's see. Hey, Steve, I got one for you. Hear me out. Yeah, I don't care. Shark is gone. Brad thinks the wide receiver room's good, or we'd have added somebody. That's awesome. Oh, fantasy question wide receiver one? Well, last year in the first round, I took Amon-Ra St. Brown, and I was only third in points at wide receiver, but I was first in points at quarterback, and I only had two. And no, it wasn't Jared Goff. I did have Sam Laporta. Uh, he will be your wide receiver one at the Chargers unless Josh Downs or Quentin Johnson steps up. I think Quentin Johnson's a bust, and I said that when he came out of TCU. Shark. But let's go back. My nickname for Manu is Sasquatch. Oh, Downs is in. There's another guy, but Quentin Johnson's the one. They had two. Oh, was it? That's not Mingo. I can't remember, but they're banking on the two rookies there. But Shark, he's in. He's with the Chargers. Good for him. He's not here. I don't care. Been gone for over a year. I was happy he was gone when he left. Not a lot of people were, but I was one of them. No, they drafted two rookies at wide receiver last year. The Patriots are going to suck for a long time. I don't know. Good morning, Paul Jones. I'm not talking about this draft, but last year's draft, 2023. They drafted two wide receivers, I said. T-Bone Lokes, go Lions. Good morning, Jeremy. Happy Friday, everyone. I think DPJ is going to be the wide receiver three, but because of his size and he's better suited to outside with his speed, they're going to switch him and Amon Ra depending on the play scheme and what they're doing with them. The Patriots wide receivers, yes. Um, Basically, if you put their names on a sticker, you have a vacuum that's broke, you put it back on there, it'll suck again. Bears invested all that money in the wide receiver, and CW is only going to have 1.5 seconds to get them the ball. I think Ryan Bates now is automatically their best O lineman there in Chicago. Um, I just think taking Roma Dunes was a luxury pick that they couldn't afford to do because they weren't in win now mode. If you're drafting a quarterback when your O line isn't built, every team has to have strong coaches that have a great plan. I don't care who gets who. You have to have great. Absolutely. Well, I think you're right on line. I said my projection is 750 yards, and I said between 5 to 8. Right. Get a great O line. Anyone can play QB behind it. You're absolutely right, Joseph Austin. That's what I said. Because they're all professional athletes. They're all paid to do a job. We have seen when that O line was good for the Jaguars that Minshew looked great. When the O line was good last year for the Colts, Minshew looked good again. Oh, I actually think Daniel Jones is a better quarterback than Trevor Lawrence. He's had less weapons, an inferior O line due to injury. Boom. Now I can see why Jeremy hates talking the golf situation. I've been in a lot of pods where it's crazy talking about it. Yep. I'm trying to avoid it because this team was built for any game manager quarterback. The thing that Goff doesn't have that other game managers do is an elite arm strength where he can hit failures in stride downfield. That's the only thing he's missing. I've never said he's a bad quarterback. I never said anything other than what has been reported by people out of Allen Park. And there's a reason why I report what they say. Right? Any. Get upset with what I say, Joseph Austin. I don't give two shits. You don't like what I have to say, leave the show. Hooker time. Believe in Daniels at Washington, making Washington making. They're one of the most improved teams in the league. They're my surprise team to make the playoffs. Actually, I think there'll be 3 teams out of the NFC East. And believe it or not, I don't think Dallas is one of them. I think this is the year they fall on their face and get like 8 or 9 wins because they didn't do enough. Micah Parsons is pissed that he's on that team. He doesn't like Dak Prescott and what he does decision making in playoffs. All I know is I said there would not be a deal done with Goff. There hasn't been. There has been reports where it's already said he will be fine leading this team and either getting big money next year, either through the franchise tag or somewhere else. You can say that I'm wrong, but that's what every report is leading because Brad Holmes is far apart from what Goff's agent is asking for. Jalen Hurts, do you think he will fix his turnover problem? And when he does, if he does, is he MVP level again? Jalen Hurts may never be MVP level because he will never have that offensive coordinator again because that guy seems to be a QB whisperer. Yeah, that's fine. Nate Wiggins can have what he wants. Corey Patterson. I think the Texans made all the moves to be a problem. They were a problem last year. They won a game in the playoffs with a rookie quarterback. if he keeps progressing the way he looked last year, and he didn't even play the whole season. You guys forget this. He had to miss 3 games. See, that's the difference. I don't think so, because if Johnson leaves, Goff's not here, and we'll be having a different QB. Best QB in the NFC right now, your opinion, and be honest, anyone. Um, I have it Goff, Love, and then the other 2, I don't know. They're unknowns. And I have Goff and Love at the same level for how they played last year. He lost his offensive coordinator. It was a new playbook, and he was fine until the switch of Fat Matt on defense for coordinator. I Not very many teams get more than 6, and the Browns paid too much for that bum at QB, and somebody wants to give Goff more than him. Yep, the 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 Browns are starting to feel the effects. That's exactly what I said. The draft see big cuts. Hopkins, Tennessee. I doubt it. And like I said, until we know Sutton's contract is voided, we have to subtract 12.5 million and then take another 7.5 million for dead cap off of that. That's a $20 million cap hit. I didn't call Deshaun Watson. He's a bum. They won more games with backups, with 4 backups playing behind him. They won more games than he has the entire time there. Uh, Cut candidates for Lions. God, I don't know. I'm not going to get into that. Yeah, dude's been out for 2 years. I think we keep him for depth. You forget, we have 17 spots on a practice squad with 4 protected each week. That's 13 on the regular practice squad, 4 protected. 70 people get to stay on the roster. I think we're keeping everybody in the cornerback room because we get injured at the cornerback room a lot. Yes, but they got a Super Bowl. So right now, I say it's neck and neck, but the Rams are just slightly above us. And our cast-offs are getting picked up. Trevor Nowaski is now a starter at outside linebacker for the Arizona Cardinals, who run a 4-3. That's our UDFA pickup last year is a starter there. Oh yeah, who's the other one they took that it's a starter there? Is one of our corners. One of our UDFA corners went there. All I know is Aleem McNeil and DJ Reader have said Hooker's arm looks like butter. Every other team gets 4, we cut 3 because we will always hold on to Kennedy. Yeah, we always bring him back. Nobody ever signs him either. That's the crazy thing. He goes to the waiver wire and comes back to the practice squad every time. Tom Kennedy, 6 years in the NFL and about 92% of it on the practice squad. I don't know who's telling you that Montgomery will be gone like Jameson Williams. Yes, according to projections, he's going to be starting. He was actually at camp and working out. I wouldn't be mad if Holmes traded Goff for assets and cap space. I would be. There's a difference here. Hooker has not shown us a goddamn thing yet. He hasn't taken one snap in the NFL, and you guys are willing to trade away a quarterback. This is why I said we don't trade him. We let him walk at the end of his contract unless we end up in the Super Bowl. That's been my prediction the entire time he's been here. I never said Goff is a bad QB. I won't say Goff is a bad QB because that would be a lie. Oh, no, I'm not going to watch my mouth. I told you guys once we signed DJ Reader, the big splash signings were done. Zietler was a splash signing at a discount price. It wasn't a big signing cap wise. You guys need to understand the verbiage that I'm talking about, and there won't be any more until Sutton's contract is voided. Gibbs will be. I understand what you're saying, Corey Patterson, but he didn't have an off season to learn the playbook. He was hurt for 3/4 of the season. He hasn't had even an off season to work out yet. Nope. He's still a free agent and we can't afford him. I agree that Goff should prove that he is a Super Bowl caliber this season. The thing is if you actually look at Goff's deep arm in 2018, it was better than it is now. He was throwing spirals downfield to Josh Reynolds, Brandon Cooks, Everett when he got open, etc. As a matter of fact, he out Mahomes on that Monday Night Football game. He threw for more yards, less picks, more touchdowns. But after that Super Bowl, when Brandon Cooks dropped 2 deep passes, Josh Reynolds dropped a game tying touchdown in the back of the end zone. Gerald Everett, the tight end, did the same thing. And it's because mentally, all those drops affected him, and it hasn't gone away. And what does he do when he's trying to hit JMO in stride? He throws the wounded duck downfield. And JMO literally has to slow down, sometimes stop, turn around, and track the ball. I mean, if you look back at 2018, there was 3 people with a great date for. You know what? You don't like what I got to say about golf? Get the fuck off my channel. I don't want to be yelled at on my show about it. Because I'm not here. I'm just giving my opinion. If you don't like my opinion, fucking leave. I'm done with being told to shut the fuck up on my show. So don't like it, Kapler? Get the fuck out. 12 formation is often a theme I'm seeing this year. 2 tight end set. Absolutely. Jeremy, what are your thoughts on making these contracts more about team wins than individual accomplishments? I have always thought this was a team sport, but if we could build incentives into their contract with the team that would motivate and spread the money around a little bit more than individual contracts. LOL, I love it. Number one, if you don't have elite arm strength and you have someone with elite speed, you will never hit them in stride. I understand that, Steve, but I'm not talking about the Packers right now. I'm just tired of everybody jumping in my shit when I say something. I will give my opinion on golf. You said it in my chat, so yes, I'm going to go off about it because I actually looked at all the game film, and ever since 2018, Jared Goff has not had the same deep ball. He has not been able to hit a fast player in stride after 25 years. Goff is a great quarterback. He's fine. Yeah, I'm tired. I've worked my ass off all week, and I don't need people telling. I got people telling me that I've been wrong about golf all year, and I've been proven right by what we've done as a team so far. So when anybody jumps into my shit, talking shit, and I don't care if you're directing it at everybody, it's still on my show. I didn't say Love didn't have both. Man, you guys, I'm not here to talk about the Packers. You want to talk about a Packer show? Go to a Packer show. Bill the Packer fan has one right now. Go ahead, jump off. I'm trying to talk about the Lions. I am done. Done being nice. Oh, gotcha, Corey. It's been one hell of a morning. I'm just not having a good day. I'm trying not to take it out on people, but I'm not going to have people say stuff that makes it seem like they're telling me to shut up or change my opinion. I'm not going to do it. I'll stop doing a morning show first. That's where I'm at. Hey JB, how you doing? I'm fine. Dolphin signed OBJ. Good. I can quit hearing that fucking talk too, because I don't want that cancer in our locking room. Then stop fucking talking about it. I'm done today. Great deal for him to fuck up their wide receiver room. He'll come on strong for 4 games at the end of the season like he did for the Ravens and disappear in the playoffs. Good morning, Henry Gray. Oh, he's a hell of a talented wide receiver, but he is the epitome of the exact statement I say all the time about talent. Hard work trumps talent when talent does not work hard. How in the world do the Eagles afford some? I'm telling you, cash over cap is a real rule. You can go look it up. There was a big speech about it. I'm just tired of people telling me that I'm wrong about my opinions on my show. And I don't care if they're directing it at everybody or anybody else, but if anybody's gonna say, "Shut the fuck up" in my chat, I'm gonna go off. Right. I understand he was elite, but he quit working hard is what I'm saying. Once he got to where he was gonna get a contract, he stopped trying as hard. His last year, how can opinions be wrong? What's going on here? Somebody told me or told everybody in the chat, I listen to everybody's opinion. I listen to everybody's opinion. I respect everybody's opinion. If I disagree with it, I give a counter argument. I don't like to do this. I don't like to get wound up. But it's been a bad morning for me physically. So I'm a little bit on edge already. And I said, if people are going to come in here and start saying, shut the fuck up, I just won't do a morning show because I don't need that shit. Either listen to my opinion and give a counter argument. Oh, I'm fine. It's just I've got some stuff going on. That's it. I don't think we need anybody, Dave Eastman. You're absolutely right. What are the Lions going to do about backup QB? They drafted him last year. We'll see what he looks like in preseason, but he's the number 2 because Nate Suckfeld, all he is a surface holder. Fuck, OBJ sucks just like the Packers. Well, all I know is every team in this division improved. It'll be much more competitive. There is a chance that all 4 teams go 3-3. It's Suckfelt. Nate Suckfelt. I've been calling him that ever since we had him. All he is a surface holder. He's QB3. I'll make a bold prediction right now. If Goff gets hurt and Hooker has to start, we sign another QB. Watch. To be the backup. Because that's how little they trust Suckfelt. Not really. Because when Monty got hurt, Gibbs broke out. When Gibbs missed the game, Monty broke out. FTP Friday and every other day as well. Yes, sir. And no, I'm not ending the show. I just needed a minute. Craig Reynolds was signed as an ERFA in the offseason. He's back. Oh, Josh Reynolds? Yeah, he's gone. Gone. Hallelujah. Glad he's gone. Goff's security blanket is off the team. Yeah, he is a horrible backup as well. Great. I thought he meant Josh Hoops. No, you forget. There's 2 Reynolds on the team. There was Craig Reynolds, the guy that did the great block. Hell yeah. FTP. Say it with us, Dave. FTP. FTP. And Detroit fan man, I like that prediction. If Hooker becomes a starter, replace Suckfelt at backup immediately. RB. Yes, sir. We still need a QB3. I think we might win. Wasn't there a game where both Gibbs and Mountie was out? there was a quarter, and that was when Craig Reynolds came in at the end of the Tampa Bay game. Remember, Gibbs had a cramp or something, and he had to come out. I think Craig Reynolds can hold his own. I like him. He knows the playbook. Yes. Here's the thing. We signed Craig Reynolds as a UDFA who just had a few carries, and he supplanted their 7th round pick, Jameer Jefferson. Remember that? Because Jameer Jefferson came in and looked like crap. So they put him on the practice squad, called up Craig Reynolds that year. Yes, that was the 13-yard run for a touchdown. And don't forget, Craig Reynolds had the block of the year on our current corner, Carlton Davis, to free Amon-Ra St. Brown for a touchdown. But I think they gave the block of the year to the wrong Lion. And yes, this is my favorite sponsor. It's not even a real one. It doesn't pay me, but I love to say it. It's FTP. No, it's not Found the Plunger, Free the Puppies, Flog the Porpoise. It's Fuck the Panthers. Fuck the Packers. Me personally, for the Lions, the block of the year was Jameson Williams freeing Monty on the 75-yard run versus the Chargers. He tipped the DN, tipped the linebacker, gets knocked to the ground, rolls, gets up, jogs, didn't even run full speed. Monty said he was jogging past me. Runs up there, tips Derwin James, and takes out the other safety to free David Montgomery on that run. 4 key blocks. 4. And he actually was knocked down. I had them taking Quinyon Mitchell. That's where I had Quinyon Mitchell going. That pick by the GM and coach, that literally flipped the whole first round. We seen second rounders go early. We seen the wrong defensive end. I mean, I think it's the right pick for the team, but the wrong defensive end go first. It was crazy. The run on quarterbacks all of a sudden, but oh shit. Michael Penix. The bad part is, guess who the worst old lineman is on the Falcons team? Do you guys know? Do you know who the worst old lineman on the Falcons team is? It's their right tackle, and he's a left-handed quarterback, so his blind side is fucked. Hey, I'm honest and speak my mind and the truth. I haven't feared the Packers since we signed Dan Campbell. Tiger Town said, "Damn." So if Cousins goes down, the offensive players taken in the first 12 picks surprised me. I'm worried for Cousins now. Is he left-handed? Is Cousins left-handed? I mean, I shouldn't say anybody sucks in the NFL because you know what? They're paid to do their job. They're getting paid millions to play a sport we played as kids. Oh, okay. So he'll be able to see the guy coming at him at least. That's why he'll do better. That's my point. Michael Penix is left-handed. So the blind side is his right side. And Cousins will most likely go down. And there's no guarantee he's starting the season. He's supposed to be healthy enough to go by preseason. I wouldn't even play him a down in the preseason. Well, we originally were slated to pay. I understand there's a lot of things in life that people don't know, and I don't share my whole personal life right here. I share a lot of stuff, but I don't get into the stuff that bothers me. So I've got some stuff going on. I don't want to think about it. I do this as a release. And you're right. Penix should not have went over JJ or Bo Nix. I would not. Somebody said Goff for Stafford and a first. Thank you, Ken Fisher. I literally was debating on canceling the show this morning because I had a feeling that something. JJ is my concern, and not because I'm a U of M fan. I don't think JJ sees the field till week 6 at best. But they already said that Sam Darnold is their starter for this season. And the reason why is they want him to develop. They're trying to take a page out of the Chiefs playbook and out of the Lions playbook. Let a guy develop before they hit the field. And I completely agree with it. I am fully okay with not getting. Yep, but when people start talking about shut the fuck up in my chat, I lose it. You get it? I lose all composure. I do not like seeing that stuff in my chat. I don't even tell Steve, who's a Packers fan, even when I don't agree with his opinion, to shut the fuck up in my chat. So I will not have anyone doing it to my other fans or anybody else. That is why I lost it, John Kapler. That statement. It is not your job to tell people to shut the fuck up when they're watching my show. That's why I lost it. I'm sorry. I know one thing, no matter what team he was on, Darnold killed us. He only killed us, what, twice? But it wasn't Sam Darnold that killed us with the Panthers. It was our horrid run defense that year. Do you remember that? Well, except for the Packers. Yeah. But I don't actually tell the fans to shut the fuck up. I don't tell the Steve to shut the fuck up. I just don't do that. So if you're going to tell people to shut the fuck up, I'm a get the fuck off my show thing. That's where I'm at. There's certain things I can tolerate. That's not one of them because it's disrespectful. Yes, when he was with the Jets, his very first game, he torched us. He threw a pick six to Quandre Diggs, and that was the only touchdown of the game. And Prater missed the extra point. I'll make up nicknames if you're an offensive type of fan from another team, like I do for Cousin Gay. He now got a quarterback that fits his nickname. Matt Patricia's first game as a head coach. Sam Darnold was the quarterback. See, that's the thing. I wasn't giving Jared Goff hate. I was explaining his game and everything that happened in his career. So I don't do Jared Goff hate. I won't. Right. That's usually what we do. MHJ is holding up progress on jersey sales in Arizona. I take that as a great compliment. And I know that I run my show at the time of first take, and anybody that's here watching it must agree with you. Because you know what? That's what happens. Yeah, it is. Um, but until he gets us there, and this is my opinion, you can take it or leave it with a grain of salt. Jared Goff will be the first quarterback that lost the Super Bowl in his first appearance in a rookie contract to get to a Super Bowl. Again, think about that for a minute. It's in Super Bowl history, it's never been done. So if he does it, and he does it with us, that's fantastic. It will. I just had a bad night. It's okay. You know, after in that 72-hour span, I spent over 20 hours of it online, not including having to be up, go get food, do this, do that, get ready, and go to bed every night. I was doing nice. Only thing I like about first take is that yes, I completely agree. Stephen A needs to stick to talking basketball. That's what he's best at. And trashing the Cowboys. I love listening to him do that. I just take shut the fuck up, whether it's directed to me or the chat personally. All I know is that when Caleb Williams got up and he was ready to walk off that stage in the media press room where the interviews were done, he leans down, turns, winks at us in the crowd. I don't know who he was winking at. He goes, "Go Bears," and walks off the stage. LBGTQB1 is right. At least you can put a check mark beside one of your bucket lists. I'm sure that was attending the NFL draft, especially in Detroit. Oh, it was amazing. And yes, it was a bucket list event. Do you know I sat in my car for an hour and a half after I got home? I I tear up now thinking about it. Tajo, thank you. It's been a rough morning. That's all I got to say. Thank you, everybody. I love each and every one of you as an individual and respect you. That's why I get so animated. It was the best I've seen Detroit look in my lifetime. I'm talking about the whole city. Downtown, all around it, they cleaned up everything. There's a couple buildings that need to be tore down. Driving by the building where had to go to stay because it was a hotel then for the Met station when I went into the army. It's now an apartment room. Yes, I wear my heart on my sleeve. I have to. 8 years ago, with everything I went through, I suffered a heart attack. I can't bottle stuff up, and I apologize for crying on the air. And anybody that says a man shouldn't cry, they're a fucking liar. It kills us. Not showing our emotions. It's what makes us weak. We need to learn to do this. I bottled my emotions up for 45 years, and it almost killed me. I don't want that to happen to any of you. I understand that, but I just want respectful. You don't have to be nice. Be respectful. Be a decent human being in my chat. Thank you. But when I've got other things going on in my life that I don't want to discuss, absolutely nothing, Dale. Absolutely nothing. I'm just overwhelmed with too many emotions at the same time. And I let my shit out. I don't bottle it up. I get overwhelmed because I had too many emotions at the same time. Thank you, Ken Fisher. Uh, I disagree. I think we're fine with our wide receiver room. We got a developing Antoine Green. DPJ has delved deep into the playbook, gained 15 pounds, and hasn't lost 1/10 of a second of speed. So I think he's going to be either our number 3 or our number 2. What do you think about Williamson and 14 coexisting? You mean talking about Jameson Williams? I think it'll be fine. The problem is we don't, and I'm not knocking Goff as a bad QB. Don't take it as such. But ever since 2018 and the way he got rattled with the way his deep balls were dropped in that 2018 Super Bowl, because 4 drops cost the Rams that Super Bowl. You can say what you want. But his deep ball has gone away because he has lost faith in it. Jeremy is going to Green Bay next year wearing an FTP t-shirt during the draft. I'm going to wear the FTP t-shirt, the FTP hat, and carry my FTP tumbler. Because the best 3 deep ball quarterbacks in 2018 by statistics and accuracy and speed of the football, it was number 1, Tom Brady, Pat Mahomes, and Jared Goff. And ever since then, Jared Goff has had the accuracy, but he hasn't had that elite arm strength. So he keeps falling down that list because as he quits trusting his arm on the deep ball, the accuracy goes away. And that is not a knock on Jared Goff. That's a knock on the mental side of football. And I think Laporta is probably going to be the next generational tight end. Yeah, they're interchangeable because if you've seen, we've actually lined JMO up in the slot when Amon Ra has been outside. Amon Ra has played all 3 wide receiver positions, the 1 to 2 to 3. And I've been saying it for years. But if you look traditionally on the wide receivers that Jared Goff takes to California, If you look at the list, all of them are the ones that are slower than 4.4. Josh Reynolds always got to go because that's his boy. But at the same time, Josh Reynolds cost the Rams a Super Bowl and Jared Goff too. It's a team sport. The team totally failed. The defense, they lost 10-3. It was the worst Super Bowl in the history of Super Bowls to watch. Brandon Cooks dropping two wide open ones, one in the end zone, one 15 yards out where he had 10 yards of separation. Nobody's catching Brandon Cooks when he's there. He dropped it. It went right through his damn hands. Exactly. And I'm not saying that. I'm talking about in that Super Bowl. Josh Reynolds did a crossing route at the back of the end zone while he was 15 yards out. He throws a laser that hits him in the hands. Josh Reynolds drops it. That was the game-tying one. That was the last pass into the end zone from Jared Goff. That would have tied the game and sent it to overtime and gave them a shot. You're right. I've heard all of this. I've heard all of it. And the ones that actually know the game and was in LA, we struggle in the red zone because we lack height. That's why we use our tackles as tight ends to add that height. And don't be surprised if they train Giovanni Manu to be that guy. Right. That's what started the snowball effect. That right there, the bounce off of Vildor's face mask. For a football to hit a face mask, to bounce up perfectly and stay straight up is so astronomically. It's with a Y after the A, but yeah, Bobby Lane, by team results, is the best quarterback in Lions history. But if you go statistics right now, as much as I hate to say it, and it's in this order: most yards, touchdowns, and everything else, it's Matt Stafford at the top. Then it's Scotty Mitchell. Then it's the results of Jared Goff and then Bobby Lane, statistically, in that order. Because back then they didn't throw the ball a lot. They ran the ball more. It's why Doak Walker became the name of the college football award for best running back, was during those 50s run. I like Scotty too, and we got him from Miami. And while we ran Wayne Font's run and shoot offense, it benefited a gunslinger like him. Yeah, but you think about it. His first year here, we had three wide receivers with 1,000 yards and 100 receptions each. Herman Moore, Brett Parham, and Johnny Morton. Then we drafted this guy out of us out of another school named Jermaine Crowell, who was actually decent as a wide receiver four. Bobby Ross comes in, decides to do a ground and pound college type of offense, and then tells the number one running back in the league, "You're going to be a third down running back. I'm drafting the kid out of Tennessee." The only thing about Scotty Mitchell is his no, Wayne Fonts didn't like him at all. He didn't want him. The GM wanted him because he beat us the year before when he was on the other team. Bobby Rice. Bobby Ross is the worst hire next to Pencilhead. Here's the crazy thing, and Barry Sanders has backed it up in interviews and in his book. If the Lions would have hired Matt Millen to be the head coach instead of Bobby Ross, he'd have stayed. Because he thought that Matt Millen was better suited as a head coach than any other position in the NFL. So you don't get the coach you wanted. You get a guy that tells you you're not going to be the main guy, and they're going to draft somebody and make them the first and second down running back over you when you're the best running back in the league. I'd have told him to kick rocks too. And if you ask Barry Sanders today about what he thought about Matt Millen, the Lions ruined him by hiring him as GM. I remember the night he got hired. We had just played a primetime game and lost, and he's there. And the phone call came while he's on stage. They literally bring the phone out to him. And yes, it's an old wired rotary phone. And he picks it up. Thank you, Ken Fisher. He picks it up and he goes, "Wow, I'm the new GM in Lions. I don't know what in the hell I'm doing, but I got the job." He literally said that on live TV. I don't know what the hell I'm doing, but I got the job. So Herman Moore moves on after his injury, goes to Buffalo, and then retires. Chris Spielman's leaving the team at that time. I did too, and yes, I was too. Jim Caldwell was the safe, predictable hire. We'd have been better off not hiring him and hiring Matt Patricia then and have this further in the rearview mirror. I remember that. Dang, we're getting old. I agree. But he was best friends with Junior and Senior. They were golf buddies, remember? Drinks at the bar at the 19th hole. That's how he got his job. It was the last Monday night football game of the year that year, wasn't it, Dale? Or was it yeah, it was a Monday night. They didn't even do Sunday night games yet. It was like 11:30 at night. Oh my god, it's a lot harder to break TVs then. He goes, "Yep." And yes, we are getting old. Life is too short to bottle stuff up, people. You just can't. You can't. That being said, let's talk about my other sponsors. We already talked about them once, but let's talk about them again. Let's give it to them just for Steve. It's an FTP, and no, it doesn't mean fear the puppies or the Packers. It means fuck the Packers. Fuck the Packers. As the great Colonel Sanders once said, I'm too drunk to taste these chicken. Next up, of course, that's Glass on the Ground, the best window tinner in Saginaw. 409 Hamilton Street, Saginaw, Michigan, 994439240 to set your appointment to have your windows tinted or your car detailed. Call them up, set an appointment, tell them Smokin' Jeremy B sent you, and we'll take care of you. And last but not least, it's Brandon Service, my place of employment, and one of my favorite sponsors because guess what? He actually paid for this ad, and I love it. Located at the corner of South Grand Traverse and West Atherton Road, right here in Flint, Michigan. 810-233-8230 is the number you call to get a quote for new tires. Ask for George, Red, or myself, Smokin' Jeremy B. Then, if you need used tires, come on in and mention this ad if you're buying a set, and we'll give you $10 off. Have a great day, JGB. I appreciate it, Dwayne. I will have a great day. You know what? It's still a day that I'm blessed, and it's faith family football. I woke up. That's the blessing. No matter how bad you feel, no matter how much you hate everything you're going through at that moment, woke up and you got to face it. There's many people who won't. So remember that's a blessing. Be thankful for it. Thankful for every ache, pain, everything. Last year I thought my Super Bowl hopes were realistic. This week even more. This year even more. Absolutely. Um, as soon as the schedule's released, I will be doing my way too early predictions for all the teams as well as ours. It's going to be fun. It's going to be a fun year. I have to do a little bit more deep dive. We're going to do our 8 week straight of the division reviews on Wednesday nights that I do. I think the only team that's going to really suck this year, and it isn't the Raiders. I think it's the Broncos. Why, man? I've been nice here. Yeah, you've been nice. You've been nice. But it's been fun. It's been real. Come on. You got to admit. You stay because it's entertaining. Come on, Steve. Tell me I'm wrong. Hey, I can hate your team and like you. It's okay. We love you, Steve. You're a great guy. You are.
Awesome!
Hey, I heard that Caleb's trying to endear his O line. He says stuff like this.
I love it. You guys are so great.
That was actual footage of him saying it. Amen, Henry Gray. We love Steve is real. Yeah. Bedbound with MS. I still cling to faith, family, and football. My prayers are with you, sir. God bless you. I'm glad you tuned in. I'm just a First Amendment supporter. I say what I want, but I will not tolerate disrespect. Ah, Drake may be better than we thought. I think he's better than Penix. Just saying. I like he was picked versus where Penix was picked. Atlanta created a QB controversy where there was none needed. I'm going to stick to those guns, and I think it's going to be the demise of that team this season. I had them up when they signed Kirk Cousins. I immediately made them because that was the best quarterback in that division. Number one, depending on the draft. After the draft, they might be right down there with Carolina because it's going to cause headbutting in the team. You watch. Try every day to be a better person than you were the day before. It's the only way to make the world a better place. Starts right here. Much love, everybody. Thank you for watching, and we will see you later.